In writing time today, we get to write our brand new letter, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait to show you how to make it. But first, let's wake up Mr. Pencil. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Mr. Pencil.
Oh, did you hear our new letter? P in pencil. Say it. Pencil. Oh, I hope you're awake because we get to write your new letter. Yay! All right, class stand. Boys and girls watching, let's sing it together. Begin. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Tell me what you think of me. Great job. You may be seated. Let's look at our brand new letter. It is so exciting. I am so excited. Look at our letter. It gets to go in all of the parts of the houses. Look at this. It is right here in the downstairs. It gets to go in the upstairs. He's not going to go all the way to the ceiling, but he is in the middle of the upstairs. And then look where he gets to go. All the way to the basement floor. So he gets to live in the upstairs. Jonathan, he gets to live in the downstairs. And he gets to live in the basement today. Oh, this is so exciting. Let's look at it. It starts on a red dot. We are going to slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. Then we're going to retrace down the same line and go down into the basement. We're going to loop toward the houses. But it can get tricky, so Oakley, I hope you're watching. We're going to loop toward the houses. We're going to go right back up that same line to the dotted line and curve down to the pink carpet and touch our pole. Then we get to end in a smile. Now, this can be tricky, so let's watch it together. Eyes on our card and Peter pointer up. Start at the red dot. Slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. Now we're going to retrace back down the same line and go down into the basement floor. Loop toward the houses and go up and retrace back up that same line to the dotted line, curve all the way back, touch the pole, and then end in a smile. Wow. Give Peter Pointer a kiss. That was hard work. Now let's look right here on the board because I want you to really get it because it is very tricky. So eyes on the ceiling, eyes on your toes, eyes on Mrs. Stewart. Watch me. I'm going to make, look at this space right here. I'm going to make a great big one. Watch me. I'm going to slant up to the middle of the upstairs. Then I'm going to retrace down the same line and I'm going to go down into the basement. Lucy, are you watching? I loop toward the houses. Then I'm going to go up the same line to the dotted line. I'm going to make my little loop, my ball, to the pink carpet and touch the pole. And then I'm going to end in a smile. But it's very important that you go the right way. Eyes this way. Look at Mrs. Stewart. You have to go this way first. That's number 1. Then you have to go down, all the way down to the basement floor. That's 2. Then you curve toward the houses. That's 3. You're going to go all the way back up, make your ball and touch the pole, and then end in a smile. So you have to go all the way up to the dotted line again. Then you can go this way after you go up. So it's very important that you stay on the lines. So let's see who could go to the sideboard today. Who has been so courteous today to the teacher? Boys and girls watching, I know your on-site teacher can see you being courteous and can pick you to come to the board. I'm going to pick Carter come to the board and Luke come to the board, Mila and Connor and Cyrus. They're all working hard at table 1 today. Every time I look and we're singing or anything, they are helping Mrs. Stewart. Oh, and I can pick one more helper. I am going to pick Johanna. She is being very courteous to the teacher. All right, I'm going to show you how to make one more. Now, boys and girls watching, I don't want you to get out your handy-dandy chalkboard. I want you just to watch. Watch Mrs. Stewart first. Let me show you one more time. I slant up. I'm going to go down. Watch me. I loop toward the houses. I go right back up. Then I curve. Then I touch the pole, and then I end in a smile. Are you ready? Let's see how they do. Start at the red dot. Slant up. Go slow, slant up. Retrace down, down into the basement. See how we're doing. Then loop around. Go back up that same line all the way to the dotted line. You just go right here. And then and touch the pole and smile. You don't have to go back up through the dotted line. Good. Oh, very nice. Very nice job. All right, pick up a snowball. Come stand over here. Let's see how we did. Very nice job. I like that. Very nice. Just be careful as you loop around to stay. You stayed on the loop, but just be very careful. Let's see. Wow, look at this one. Look, it almost looks like that's a little face. That's her hair, and that's a little face. I like it. Just go slow on the loop. Nice job. Very nice. Just be careful as you smile to stay on the lines. Very nice job. Way to go. All right, are you ready? You may throw snowballs at each other. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Go ahead and put your snowballs back. That was hard work. Class, stand. Thank you, William. I like that hard work. He stood up so fast. William, come get Mrs. Stewart a hug. He is using his listening ears. Thank you. You were being very courteous to Mrs. Stewart. I like that hard work. Class, sit down. Class, stand. Let's talk about where our letters live. Upstairs, downstairs, in the basement. Upstairs, downstairs, in the basement. Upstairs, downstairs, in the basement. This is where our letters live. Quietly turn your chair into the table, and I am going to get our papers. Boys and girls watching, your on-site teacher has yours, and go ahead and prepare for writing. Go ahead and start passing your papers. Pass your papers, pass your papers. Do it fast, don't be last. Pass your papers, do it fast, don't be last. Let's see who's going to have their paper already slanted and ready to go. And hands in your lap. Wow, table 3, I am impressed. Table 3, pat yourself on the back. You are ready. Boys and girls watching, pat yourself on the back. Nice job. Table 3 beat table 2 and 1 today. Wow, good job. Take out your pencils, pencil check. Let's see if table 3 is going to win again. Take out your pencils, pencil check. Helper hand is in the corner. Your elbow is up. And your helper hand's right there. Daddy says,
Buckle up.
Mommy says,
I love you.
and the baby say,
I will obey.
let's see. I think table 2 is the winner this time. They all have their elbows up, and they all have their pencils ready. Pencil rest on the teacher card. Pencil rest on the teacher card. Let's look at the first house, the first red dot. So your eyes should be where? On the
Teacher.
on the teacher. So Jonathan, where are your eyes going to be? On the teacher, that would be being very courteous to Mrs. Stewart. We're right here, the first house, the first red dot. I slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. I'm going to retrace back down the same line and go down into the basement. I loop toward the houses, then I'm going to go up the same line to the dotted line. Then I curve around, I make my ball, I touch the pole, and then I end in a smile. Go to the first house, the first red dot. The first house, the first red dot. Begin. Slant up to the dot, through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. Retrace down the same line. Go slow. To the basement floor, loop toward the houses. Go back up the same line to the dotted line. Curve around to make your ball, touch your pole, and end in a smile. I like how this girl stayed right with my words. Good job, Kyla. And eyes right here on me. Let's see whose table is going to win. I think it's table 1. Good job, table 1. Watch me. I start in the red dot. I'm in the second red dot in the first house. I slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. I retrace down the same line down to the basement floor. I loop toward the houses. I go right back up that same line to the dotted line. I'm going to make a ball. I touch my pole, and then I end in a smile. Go to the second red dot in the first house. A second red dot in the first house. Begin. Slant up through the dotted line. Retrace down the same line. Go down into the basement. There you go. Loop toward the houses. Go right back up the same line to the dotted line. Make your ball, touch your pole, and end in a smile. Pencil rest on the teacher card. Let's see whose table's got it this time. Table 2, way to go. Good job. And table 2, give your friends watching winky blinkies too, because they're working hard as well. Good job. Eyes right here. We're on the third red dot. I slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. I retrace back down the same line down into the basement floor. I loop toward the houses, go right back up the same line to the dotted line. I'm going to make my ball and touch the pole, and then I end in a smile. Go to the third red dot. The third red dot. Begin. Slant up through the dotted line. Let me help you. To the middle of the upstairs, retrace down the same line down to the basement floor, loop toward the houses, go right back up the same line to the dotted line. We're going to make a ball, touch the pole, and smile. Good job. Pencil rest on the teacher card. Let's look right here. We have some pictures. We're going to go back up to the houses in just a minute. It says circle the pictures that begin with the letter P. What does P say? Say it. Good. Pig. Say it. If you hear P in pig, circle it. The next one is a peanut.
Peanut.
If you hear P in peanut, circle it. The next one is pumpkin pie. If you hear P in pumpkin pie, circle it. Remember to make nice, neat circles. You want to do your best all the way. Do your very best job. The next one is an igloo.
Igloo.
Igloo. What does igloo start with? I. Good. So, would we circle igloo?
No.
No. The next one is what color?
Purple.
Purple. So if you hear P in purple, circle it. And the last one is a hummingbird. Hummingbird. Good. All right, let's go back up to the houses again. and then we'll check our work. We're now at the second house, the first red dot. I start at the red dot. I slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. I retrace down the same line down to the basement floor. I loop toward the houses. I go back up the same line to the dotted line. I'm going to curve to make my ball, touch the pole, and smile. Go to the second house, the first red dot. The second house, first red dot, begin. The first red dot is by the house, so you know which red dot we're looking at. The first red dot in the second house, begin. Slant up. Retrace down into the basement floor. Loop toward the houses. Retrace back up the same line to the dotted line. Make your ball, touch your pole, and smile. We have one more to do. Watch me. I start at the red dot. I'm going to slant up through the dotted line to the middle of the upstairs. Retrace down the same line down to the basement floor. Loop toward the houses. I go right back up the same line to the dotted line. I'm going to make my ball, touch the pole, and smile. Boys and girls watching, last one.
Best one.
Best one. Good job. All right, here we go. Start at the red dot. Slant up through the dotted line. Retrace down the same line down into the basement floor. Loop toward the houses. Go back up the same line to the dotted line. Make a ball, touch the pole, and smile. Let's check our work. Did you circle the pig?
Yes.
Yes. Did you circle the peanut?
Yes.
Yes. How about the pie?
Yes.
How about the igloo?
No.
No. How about purple?
Yes.
And how about the hummingbird?
Yes.
No. If you circled the hummingbird, hummingbird starts with the letter H, not P. So pig, peanut, pie, and purple should be the ones that you circled. Oh, that was so fun getting to write that letter. I hope you stayed right with me, boys and girls. That letter can be tricky, but if you stayed with me, I know you did a perfect job.